Merry Christmas, mother cluckers! Welcome to the Tubes of You. I'm Dayo, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yesterday, I made a post on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, Dayo Fit, D-A-Y-O Fit, F-I-T, at Instagram.com. Go follow me if you just like free information. And no, I won't be half naked. Sorry, ladies. I won't be half naked, but I will be giving you real health information and fitness information that you can use on a daily basis. I believe a lot in holistic health, and that is how we interact with all of our environment around us, not just how to do some sort of inverted handstand that most people can't do. Will there be videos of that? Yeah, as I get better at my handstands, because I suck at them now and I need to get back on those. Used to be good at them, but not anymore. But I want to give you guys some information I posted yesterday on Instagram about quitting your day job, finding your passion. If you don't know what it is, here is how I found mine. Here's a quick way to do it. First thing you need to do, what lights you up in the morning? What would get you out of bed every damn day? And know this, it may change from time to time. Just because you were passionate about being a psychiatrist 20 years ago doesn't mean you are now. And if you are not passionate about what you do, you probably shouldn't be doing it. For one, you're doing a discredit to the people that you're serving. Two, you're doing a discredit to yourself, which is even worse because the people around you suffer. So my story, I was working a job that I loved, but I was burnt out. I've been working with motorcycles for 5 years. It just wasn't my passion anymore. I found a new passion. Fitness was it. And I was like, man, I want to start getting into this. How do I do that? I can go back to school. I can get an exercise science degree, but that's just as good as my psychology degree these days. Everybody's got one and it ain't worth a shit. So I didn't want to do that and spend another 40 grand or 30 grand or whatever on a degree I'm not going to use again, or that wouldn't get me any farther than something else would. Now, I have a good buddy, Jay Walks. If you, matter of fact, I'll put a link below, so go down to the link there, Breaking Limits Coaching. He is a great coach if you're looking for a run coach. He's also a great yoga instructor, and I kind of started following his footsteps and just listening to his stories. He got certified in yoga, and I was like, I want to do that. I love yoga. Why not get certified in it? I can make a little bit of money on the side, and it'll be fun. So first I thought about doing that. And then I was like, well, there's other things I can do too. And I was like, man, it's like $4 grand around where I was living. You know, the cheapest was like $3,200, and it's like 4 months, and it's a big process, which it's totally worth it. You should do months and months of it if you're going to do it. Now, another thing I found was a certified personal trainer. Well, this is 500 freaking bucks, and almost anybody can get certified as long as you read the material, you study it, and then you take the test and pass. I went through National Academy of Sports Medicine. I will put a link below for them too. But there's ACE and all different kinds of one. ISSA, ICS, there's 1,000 of them out there, ACSM. But I would recommend NASM. It was pretty detailed. I did learn the information, and what's good about it, I thought, was the way it was, because you have all these quizzes and stuff you can take online, but the way the questions were worded on the actual tests were completely different. So if you don't know the information, you're probably not going to pass it if you're just trying to cram in 2-3 days. So I took a few months, did that, and I knew I didn't want to be at my job anymore, so I just quit. I had another job lined up that I was going to do as a backup just until I got this other stuff done, but I knew I didn't want to be where I was at. So I quit my job, and then I went and worked there, and here's where the story really begins. Friday, I kept getting these emails, and on a Friday, I finally call them back and say, hey, stop sending me these emails about this money in an account. I don't have an account with you guys. Stop trying to trick me. You're not going to get my account information. Like, no. You have an old student loan that you have $1,600. And I was like, oh, never mind. As a matter of fact, I will take those dollars, please. Please, all of your dollars to Damien for the Dollars of Damien Fund. I will take them. So I was like, cool, put it in my bank account. Now, that was Friday. Sunday, I had already quit my job, and I was getting ready to go in and quit this new job because I was still bummed out, and I was like, I need to do what Tony Robbins says. Tony Robbins, one of the best to ever do it. I don't know who the quote originates from, but this is where I always hear it from. If you want to take the island, you must burn the boats. You've got to burn the boats, which means if you want something in life, you've got to just say, I'm going to do it. There's nothing else out there that's going to get in my way. I'm just going to do it. That's making up your mind, right? Choose that new mindset that no matter what happens, I don't want to do this anymore. I do want to do this. I'm going towards this. I burned all my boats. So I was going in to quit my job on Monday. I had actually found these yoga school on Sunday night. So Friday, I find the money. Sunday, I find a yoga school. I was like, I'm just going to apply for it. I had already bought my ticket to India. I was already ready to go in a few weeks. I was going to go for a 2-week trip, just take some time off, enjoy myself, travel in the footsteps of Buddha. and enjoy it, right? And so I did find the school on Sunday, and then Monday I'm going in to put my 2 week notice in, or actually it was a 1 month. I was going to give them 1 month notice. I go in to put my notice in, and they fired my ass. Yep, me and another guy, myself and another fellow, got laid off. When I came in, he was already packing up his stuff, and I got laid off. And I said, man, if ever, this is what I call the worlds align, if ever the worlds were to align, now's the time. So I said, I found this school. I had already applied to it the night before just to see what would happen, you know. And that day, I got a text or email back saying, yeah, in Rishikesh, India, which is the birthplace of yoga, I could be accepted if I could make it there on time before school started, and I have to be there the day it starts. And there's no late entries. You have to be there. It's a 200-hour yoga teacher training. It was at Rishikesh Nath Yogshala. I will put the link below once again. I highly recommend them. Great freaking course, great teachers, great gurus, real yoga. Not beer yoga and goat yoga and all the westernized stuff that people are doing these days. Anyways, I won't get into that. So what did I do? I said, baby. She goes, yeah. And I said, baby, how do you feel about it? She was like, I don't know, do what you want if you think you can do it. And I was like, I think it's the world telling me I need to do it. When the world's aligned, you need to listen. So find something that lights your ass up in the morning. If it doesn't light you up, you probably need to stop doing it. That's step one. And then burn your boats, quit your job, do whatever you need to do. I promise you, once you quit your job and you know you have no paycheck coming in, you'll find a new passion real quick, and you will pursue that passion with the vigor of someone who has not had a job and needs money. I have 2 kids, I have a wife, I have people that rely on me. I needed money, I needed it fast, but also had some money saved up because I was smart enough to make some investments in my life where I didn't have to go right back to work. So that kind of helped out a little bit, but that's also decisions I made because I grew up super damn poor, duct tape on my shoes. You will not find a picture of my childhood without me wearing somebody else's hand-me-downs. I promise you that because I've looked. Unless it was a school picture, I'm wearing somebody else's t-shirt or jeans or whatever. Shout out to Raven Walton for letting me wear his pants one time when I pooped my pants. Still had those pants all the way up to high school. Anyways, now, getting back to what happened. So Monday and then Tuesday, I called the flight. And I changed my flight to move it up early and make it longer. I was only going to go for 2 weeks. Now it's going to be 5 weeks. I'm going to do this. Now I've got my ass together in that month's time and finished up all my training for my certified personal trainers through NASM. And I went and took my test 2 days later. This is in January of this year. This is 2019. This is in January. I flew out. I took my test. I passed it. They tell you right there. So I was a certified personal trainer right there. 2 days later, I flew out to India. I stayed there for 5 weeks. I did my 200 hours training, and then I flew back home. I had already been helping people learn how to run and things like that. I've already done tons of studying because I just love learning about human body corrective exercise, stuff like that. So I'd helped a few people, but I wasn't a certified personal trainer, and I didn't take it super serious. I didn't do it for money or anything like that. But I decided this year I'm going all in. Now, today is December 2nd, 2019. And since then, I have pursued that passion. I also was looking at moving to Arizona. In that time, I literally came back in April. April 1st, I got back to Oklahoma. And June 6th, I was already moved back to Arizona. So I moved to Arizona, which is one thing I said, I'm just going to make a decision. We've been playing with the idea for 3 years and finally said, we're doing it no matter what. We're burning our bridges, selling our house, and we have to move. And that's what we did. So we burned our boats, and now we are here in Arizona. I work for Orange Theory, have been for a while now, and I love my job. I get to do what I want every day. I'm not around negative people every day. I wake up and it lights a fire under my keister like a Thanksgiving turkey, man. I get excited about going to work, get excited about helping people. Shout out to all my people out here in AZ, all our members. I freaking love it. Also, I was training people before this too, personal training out of a gym. I found a way to do it in Tulsa. I found a corporate gym where my wife worked, and I was using that, and I was training people out of there. So there's ways to do whatever as long as you burn your boats. Do not give yourself the option to go back, and you will find a way through. There's another quote from a general who was trying to get these elephants over the Alps, and he said, we'll either find a way or we'll make a way. And he eventually got those elephants over the Alps. Now, getting an elephant over the Alps, not so tough. Not what I did was not so tough as that, but these are things you have to do. You have to decide what makes you happy. Is this, and first I would decide, am I passionate about what I do anymore? If not, you need to find something new. What am I passionate about? Once you find what you're passionate about, go for it. Go for it like there's no other freaking road, and you go hard. And now I enjoy what I do. I work less hours and make more money per hour, man. So I make great money. I enjoy what I do, and I change my life. In 10 years, will that change? Who knows? But we have the choice to choose. So don't let your college degree back you up, or oh, well, I invested so much time in this. Who cares? If you don't like it, leave. You're not doing yourself a service or anybody else around you. My family was miserable. I was miserable. I was coming home miserable. I was drinking more. I was doing drugs, all kinds of stuff. I quit all of that stuff and enjoy my running, and I enjoy my training people. I've learned so much over the last 3-year journey. But this has all been this year that I actually made the switch. I had been learning about exercise and corrected. I've had all kinds of injuries as an endurance athlete over the last few years that I got into health. And let me tell you, I've worked with a lot of athletes. That's what I like working with. Do I do weight loss tips and stuff like that? Yeah, because I have the knowledge, but I work with athletes because that's mostly what I like. Matter of fact, here we go. That is me right here. Just moved here in June. This is me coaching my son's soccer team right there, FCAZ. First year league. I taught them. I love working with athletes. If you have a passion in life, go for it. Stay tuned for more information. I will be posting here, Instagram, DayoFit, Facebook, DayoFit, but I will be posting tons more information. But those are some really good starting points of how to get to doing what you want and finding your passion. We'll talk about that later. Remember, train weird, train hard, and die fit, suckers.